What's that? It's the unknown.
It's the unknown.
What are we doing here? What is happening?
I hate myself.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Do We Know Them, episode 184, featuring
Do we know them? No, it's the unknown.
I am, of course, the miserable bartender at the Wonka event, and this is character unbeknownst to Willy Wonka franchise as a whole. It just never was a thing, but it was at this event, the unknown. I just have to remind everybody that the bartender, in fact, was not miserable. It was just an unfortunate photo. But I am very thankful that she didn't wear the costume as she was supposed to. She just kind of like had her bra sticking out, and I was like, period. That's what I want to do. Like, just wear my bra.
She would have gotten dress code if she was like in middle school.
No spaghetti straps. That's so weird. Actually,
I know. I will say that I'm aware that the unknown actually had a silver mask, but it turns out silver masks are very hard to find.
That looks silver to me, but I think it's my astigmatism.
It's gold. I was going to see if I could just edit it in post, but
sounds complicated.
Put a disclaimer in case I couldn't.
So shouts out to the one person who said that if we didn't dress as this costume, they were going to be upset. No, you don't have to be upset. You're welcome.
I'm so hot.
I'm not hot this time. I'm just itchy. Seems to be a running theme with my costumes, but thank you guys so much for your love.
I'm sweaty
on our last costumes. Hopefully these are a decent follow-up, and yeah, let's just get started, shall we? Because we don't want to be in these costumes forever.
Yeah, I'm taking the wig off in a sec.
Boo, you boo.
You don't want to talk to me while I have to wear this for an hour. No, but I actually was very surprised that I felt like the reaction to my ray gun, people were calling me Lil Gun, first of all. I thought that was hilarious.
Oh my god, these bangs. Oh
but
my god.
I didn't think it was that original. I thought it was like people would expect that.
People didn't expect it?
No, everyone was like, oh my god, that caught me off guard. I don't know.
Period. Love that for us.
I was like, oh, well, a few people gave me that suggestion, so thank you.
Well, did you see this one coming? I bet you did. This one definitely, I feel like people saw it coming. This was actually a last minute one. I was supposed to be Winifred Sanderson from Hocus Pocus, and I returned that costume.
And ironically, it was when I was going to get my witch hat for our intro.
Oh, yeah.
That I was like, oh, look, a wig and a mask. And they literally had every single color except silver.
Yeah, my wig is just out of control. I mean, I think this is maybe more true to the movie or something, but I could have used a little length. Just a little bit.
So funny.
It's giving Bob.
It's giving berries and cream.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it is. But also, speaking of Sanderson sisters, that's who you remind me of in the intro. Everyone... First of all, lots of love on the witch intro. Thank you guys so much. Lily did a great job with that. But also people were pointing out the difference that I'm like a theater kid and it's so obvious.
First of all, people were asking if we filmed it individually or together. And I'm like, oh, individually. The footage is not that exciting.
It's actually quite embarrassing if you look at the raw footage.
Yeah, no, really. And a lot of people commented that, oh my God, you could tell Lily's like about to break character. Like she's about to like laugh or something. I was like, no, I was pretty in character the whole time because I was alone. So no one was making me laugh. But it's that I think, especially with my new teeth, I was like doing like evil smiles and you couldn't tell. It just looked like I was smiling.
You know, it's okay. You weren't a thespian. It's not easy.
No,
okay?
I wasn't the theater kid.
It is awkward. Like doing it was awkward even for me. Like in my room, I was just like, girl, what the fuck are you doing? But you reminded me of the like Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, well, I've dressed up as her before.
Yeah, like her in Hocus Pocus. That's who you reminded me of in the intro. So I thought it was like that kind of vibe and I quite liked it.
Thank you. I was trying to be like, oh, I'm crazy, but smiley and weird. I don't know. She was probably my inspiration. I just wasn't thinking about it. I do want to maybe put in the very end of yours because you just very abruptly go, I don't know. Just turn away.
Yeah, that sounds about how I would end it. I was so confused. But anyway, thank you guys for the love. It's spooky season. And luckily we have a spooky topic to get into a little bit. It's the rug story on TikTok. Have you heard of it? Of course you have. It's literally on my Facebook pages, like the local Facebook pages.
I was talking to Becca about it and she was like, I feel like this is the biggest thing since like Risa Tisa.
Jesus, it is so crazy. And I can't express how little I cared in the moment. Everyone was wrapped up in it. Everyone was like, the rug, what's underneath? And it's something inside of me just didn't allow me to care. What's that about? Intuition?
I think I was intrigued, but I definitely wasn't like, oh, I need to know what happens next. But I did catch the live when she like had the police come and like say what the outcome is. No spoilers yet.
Yeah, I was about to say to you.
So I have that actually recorded.
Okay, cool. Yeah, because we do have some clips of it because she re-uploaded some clips, but a lot of this did happen on live. She was live for like, I want to say like 3 or 4 days straight. And anyway, we'll preface all of this because if you're someone like me who did not keep up with it, we will take you from start to finish so that this will all make sense. sense. And it'll also help it make sense in my brain because I don't really know what the fuck happened. I just know what the outcome was and that I didn't really care.
So she begins this whole thing by basically, she does not have a lot of TikTok followers. She had like 5,000, I think. And she posts this video because she claims to have come down to her like computer work area and her computer was broken. And basically she insinuates that like she thinks maybe her house is haunted. And then she brings something else up at the end of the video. So let's watch this first.
I think my house is haunted and I'm freaking out. Like I'm literally shaking. This is my sunroom. This is where I work. I sit here every day. There's a playroom here, doors here. This is the space. I worked in here last night until about 6:30. Everything was fine. Shut my laptop. We close these doors. The dogs don't come in here at night. No one is in this room. I'm down this morning to work. The screen shattered. This stuff down here. This hanging off. But the fucking kicker for me is that this that only goes on this shelf and only goes on this shelf ever up here. Why? I've never put it there.
Not the broken screen.
I'm literally like, first of all, that's nipple butter. So like if you're a breastfeeding mom, you probably just, I don't know, had to lube up your nips and you fucking put it somewhere else. Like what's the big deal? Like your computer shattered. I would be a little bit more concerned. That's so interesting.
Also, have you ever had your screen shatter? I've never had mine like shatter like the
Not like
glass
that.
broke, but you know when it like breaks and like those
Internally?
lines go everywhere?
Yeah.
That I like actually hadn't watched this back in a while, but I think it's interesting to note that it is broken. Like there's glass shards coming out of it.
Oh,
because
really?
otherwise I would say like you can like shut your computer on like a pen and that happens.
Oh, okay. I didn't notice the glass shards, but okay. So it was like broken. So
Yeah.
either someone did this like a ghost or she did it. She's faking it.
But then it's interesting because she starts with this like it's haunted. That's how this happened. And then she just like leaves a little tidbit at the end. It's like, what?
It's there when I work. Why was that there? Here's the next bit of important information. So we're building a fence. And back here, we dug a hole. There is a rolled up carpet buried underground that we came across as we were digging this hole. Rolled up carpet. Who the fuck and why the fuck is there a rolled up carpet underground?
So she very much sets the stage for my house is haunted, and apparently I feel like some people like didn't catch on to this and they like thought that they were the ones that told her this. I'm like, well, she brought up the carpet because she was insinuating there's a dead body and that's who's haunting the house.
Yeah, but I think she posted it, I don't know, like hastily in the moment, I guess. And then people were like, oh shit, like you need to really investigate. Like this is crazy because she started showing more bits and pieces of the rug and stuff and people got really crazy.
That's kind of something I think is interesting because it's like, well, she mentioned the rug for a reason. I don't think like some people were saying she buried the rug and like she was behind all this. I'm like, I don't think she went that far. I think they did find a rug buried, but I think she came up with this like narrative in her head that she's like, oh my God, that would make a good TikTok. And then she kind of let people be like the ones to like encourage her to do it, but it's like she had already come up with that narrative, you know?
Yeah. She does a few more TikToks where she's showing like the rug closer up with a shovel and stuff, but this one I feel like is when she really started to plant the seed that something sinister had happened here.
Okay, so a tree was planted above the rug, and it is called a blood good because this was in the hole. They planted a blood good tree on top of a fucking rug. Why?
To that, I'm kind of like, well, I mean, if someone like murdered someone and then buried them under a like, I don't think they'd be like, what's a blood like I don't think that was like an intentional choice.
Let's really tie in this murder. And I think we need to
let's
just
have it all
kinda
be
stay
really
on theme.
thematic and like
Yeah, no, you're so right. That is so stupid. And honestly, I'm sorry to anybody that is really involved and believed all of this, but the comments are killing me. Someone says,
Oh my God, the top
seems
one.
sinister to me. Like someone planted a bloodgood tree. Come on now. That's a killer's last laugh.
what true crime shows are you guys watching?
A lot of them, believe me, too many. This one actually is not crazy. It's just like, yeah, you're probably right. Someone said, I think you should leave it alone. It's definitely going to be somebody's dog. Like, that's what I thought. When I saw rug buried, I'm like, oh, somebody, I mean, I used to bury my pet rabbits and shit. Whenever an animal would die, it would go buried in my backyard.
You know, rug is an interesting choice, though.
Oh my God, and this. To me, the expensive tree was planted in hopes it would hinder being dug up. How does she even know it's expensive? It's a fucking tree. What fishy. Like, they're hoping the person who moves in is a botanist.
I shit you not. I had passed people what was it called? Arbiter.
I said a botanist.
I feel like there's
it's
some kind of other plant name for some tree specialist. And I saw people posting about that too. Like, they're like, oh, well, I know about the bloodgood tree. I'm like, oh my God, it's so irrelevant. It's just a tree. That is the relevant part.
And then people coming in with their anecdotal bullshit to add to all the mess, saying a friend was having her backyard landscaped. Part of it was the removal of an old lemon tree. Under the lemon tree was the remains of a woman who went missing over 30 years ago. Thank you for the vague, nondescript, like, it's just like, okay, I guess I'll just believe you. But like, I think that's why I was deterred from it. I don't like conspiracies. I'm more of a, okay, we'll see. Like, in the end, like, if people are looking into it, great, I'll find out when it's done. I cannot bother with, oh my God, a bloodgood tree? You're joking. Like, I can't. And also, our researcher put that a bloodgood tree is actually a popular choice of tree by landscapers. It symbolizes grace, beauty, and elegance. So,
well, that's I'm like, I don't feel like that is like the least compelling part of this. Like,
yeah, just like the nipple butter.
It has blood in the name.
Yeah, it's kind of comically conspiratorial is how I felt about the situation. But she has a conspiracy of her own.
In this whole fiasco of did a ghost fuck my shit up last night, this morning, my stepson, I heard him call his dad in and say, hey, like, this is so weird. When I went to bed, my phone was at 100% on the charger, and he woke up and it was at 3%. And now I have all these people saying that, like, ghosts steal energy, and that's, like, how they fuck shit up.
Or maybe it just, like, wasn't plugged in.
Me, when I forgot to plug it into, like, the base of the outlet, I'm like, what ghost did this?
It wouldn't lose 100% charge at night, but yeah. I don't know. I feel like she just really goes so hard to be like, oh my God, my house is haunted, and it's because a body was buried under the blood.
And also, like, ghosts steal energy, but, like, why would ghosts steal energy from your one iPhone? Wouldn't they want to steal your energy? Like, I don't know. It just seems like not the energy people are talking about. Someone said, a ghost did not plant a tree and break your PC. You need a camera. Someone broke in. I would believe that more. I really would. Someone, like, you hear those people living in the attic, or like people just like
for
lurking,
sure, the
loitering.
squatters.
Yeah.
But yeah, she very much plays into the haunting situation, but then the haunting kind of like loses steam as soon as she realizes people are so invested in the rug, and it's all about the rug.
That's so true. Oh my God, I didn't even realize that. Okay, so it went from like physical things in her house, then it went to the rug, and she quickly kind of got off that. Like, she was just like, okay, the blood.
Yeah,
good,
and the
that's
only
crazy.
physical evidence to show that there was some haunting going on was the broken computer, but it's like, what if she just dropped the computer?
So she does decide to call the police, which I will admit, when I heard that, I was kind of bewildered a little bit. Like, I get it, TikTok was pushing her to do that, but I don't think I would have been able to do that. Like, just be like, I found a rug, come quick.
I don't know. I get it, but also it's like, it's not like, I don't know.
Right? It doesn't seem like, what seems to be the problem? They always say that when you answer the phone. It's like, I'm not sure, I found a rug.
Yeah, I get, but it is weird. Like, it seemed like it was like a big rug that someone had rolled up and put down
but
there.
Like, what I would have done, honestly, is put, like, just open it. Is there blood on it? No? Okay, then toss it out. Like,
but you can't get it out.
Why?
Because it's buried several feet under the ground. Like, they only have the tip of it.
Not the tip.
They would have to like fully like dig it up
Excavate it?
themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, they end up having an excavator come in.
I mean, listen, the police are there. If you feel you're in danger, give them a call. So I guess she felt she was in danger. She gave them a call. Someone did comment, you need to call the police. And everybody was urging her to.
And if you have the thought that it's like, oh my God, there could be a dead body buried in my yard, and like someone has been wondering where their family member is for, because if someone's buried in the yard, it's not like...
They're not just buried in the yard under a bloodgood tree. I mean, what else could this
Exactly.
mean?
So it's a murder case. No, but that's my point. It's like, it's not like she's digging up a graveyard. Right. It's like, if there's a dead body there, that means that it was placed there by someone that didn't want anyone to find it, which means that someone is looking, probably.
Right. But she does. She calls the police. Let's
see. I finally did it. I called the police. They're sending someone here. I called and I said, hey, I don't know if this matters, but there is a rug buried underground at my house, a few feet under. And a few people I know, you guys, and actually 2 police officers who I know who are not actually in this county, but other counties, have suggested I call you.
So that's how she kind of does this too, is she pieces it together in very small little spurts. So it's like, she keeps everyone hooked, and she was doing it in real time. So she was giving updates like every hour. Mm-hmm. By the way, she has gotten millions of views.
Yeah. Well, she would go live and there would be hundreds of thousands of people at once. So
Yeah. But like each of these has at least 10 million views, I think.
Jesus Christ. I'm telling you, people were talking about it in the mom groups in my fucking town.
It had been like unfolding all week and I kind of like was a little paying attention, but not really. And then I went and caught up on all the videos and I was like, oh.
That's how I felt the entire time. But anyway, the police get there. So he tells her that she's gonna need an excavator to get it out.
You guys all keep telling me just to like go dig it out. It's not that easy, okay? It is so deep. Let me show you again. For everyone saying it's burlap, it's fucking carpet. And I think it goes back that way.
It took me a while of even looking and I was like, I don't get like
The way, and I'm not even exaggerating, that would have gone so unnoticed in my yard.
it's because it stopped them from digging the hole they were digging, I think. It interfered with the digging.
I don't know. I would have looked in there and been like, guess it's a rock. Like, I don't know. It just, you can't tell what the fuck it is. And it also seems like in an awkward place. I mean, I guess I do see their like divider there. It seems like where they are actually putting the fence. It just, I don't know. Something stinks, if you know what I mean. It smells like Clout, Goblin.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think that they put it there already. Like, I think she definitely amped all of this up, and the ghost thing is just so weird to me.
Yeah, it's kind of like, remember when people got so bad at us for the time traveler guy? All the theories with that. But like, that to me, and some people thought it was fake. We didn't think it was fake because it definitely seemed more like a person who stumbled upon a situation that, they did capitalize on, right? Like they made updates, but it wasn't something that was perfectly lined out. Like this was like a solid 3 days where it was just like action packed. They're coming, they're digging it up. Oh my God, this happened with the dogs. And it all seems
he
so
would, like the guy with the
executed.
time traveler one, he would be like, I am not going there for a week, so like I have nothing really to say.
I feel like there's certain scenarios that maybe naturally align like this, or you got really excited that something was a little off and you decided to do this whole hoopla. That was the vibe that I got even in the moment.
Something even to note is that she's very like kind of giddy throughout the whole thing.
Super. She literally could not seem more excited. Like she is pumped.
Also, to everyone who's really fucking upset about us cutting down this tree, same. The cop also pointed out how expensive the tree is and that we destroyed it. I fucking know. It's not been a good day.
You're thrilled about it.
The theory is that they're gonna go home, back to the office, and start looking up cold cases. And maybe there was something in the vicinity, and they'll come knocking, and they'll be like, "Actually, we've decided we want to dig that up." This was his idea. He came up with this one.
By the way,
I think it could stick.
Previous to this, she really was just a regular influencer. Like she only had 6,000 followers, but she made like pregnancy content, trying to conceive, talking about her losses with pregnancy and stuff. It was so polar opposite of this. You don't think so?
But then there was predating that. She was actually big in the Jonas Brothers world.
Oh no, that's predate. That's at the end. I feel like that's the bombshell. It's like, wait a second.
We will revisit this part later, but I think the assumptions she's doing this for clout didn't necessarily come out of complete nowhere because she has been interested in clout in the past.
She's always been in the sphere of clout and people who have clout.
In the cloutosphere.
If clout's there, she may or may not be lurking in the back. The next one is her doing a get ready with me and talking about this, again, continuing on, which is Lily's favorite.
Her theories.
Yeah, Lily's favorite is when people do stuff and talk at the same time.
Good morning, millions of you who are invested. So, I did not anticipate this to pop off the way that it did. Honestly, the timing kind of sucks because I'm going out of town for work today. But holy shit. Update number 1, I do have people volunteering to potentially bring an excavator of some sort. Fucking hell, the ruining of my yard that this will do. Just for the plot. Just because, okay, let's really think this through, guys. What are the odds that it's a dead body? They're probably low. Let's be honest, they're probably fucking low. What are the odds it's a bag of money? I don't know. I would like that better. I would prefer that over having to move. Alas, here we are, trying to dig this shit out for all of you and for me and for my ability to sleep. But here is where I'm thinking I might need more of a psychic than an excavator. While the police were here yesterday, looking at the carpet and deciding what to do, he mentioned that he was the one who came when the next door neighbor died. My neighbor died in their house and she can't haunt.
a house that is literally destroyed, right? Like, who the fuck is she gonna haunt? That's no fun. That would be boring. Why not haunt the next door neighbor? The same day that my computer gets broken and my desk gets strewn about, they started boarding up the dead lady's house.
But then what is that? That has no connection to the rug then.
Not her pinning all of this on that poor woman who died that used to be her neighbor. What the fuck? Now,
But again, like, then who's the old lady's not buried in the carpet in the ground, so why does that matter? Who's haunting you?
Yeah, I think she keeps trying to sprinkle in all of the fucking
haunting.
ghost bullshit. But it's like, we're not talking about the
But
ghost.
it's like,
we want to know
that
what's in
doesn't
the
even
rug.
make sense.
That's it.
Sus. It feels like, hey, if they're gonna board up my house, I'm just gonna hop over to the next house and haunt them and fuck their day up.
Okay, that's a little disrespectful too.
Okay,
Like,
literally.
what?
Yeah, I think so too. I don't think that ghosts care if a place is boarded up. They can go through things, I've heard. They're transparent. Like, what do you mean? They boarded up? She's like, oh, well, not gonna haunt this place anymore. That's
I guess I can't go in anymore.
That's not how that works. And I'm so confused. And the way she's talking about it is so weird to me. Like, it's genuinely just like so detached. You don't seem like someone who's haunted or concerned or any of that. You just seem like someone who's just tickled pink.
Coming up with a plot for a true crime.
Yeah, literally.
And they also just started digging up a rug, so like, this will be so fun.
What?
If I was a ghost. and I
Oh,
was a
so
dead
that's
lady,
the
you'd have no
connection.
family.
She thinks that the ghost is doing it for fun and thinks this would be a fun
Yeah,
prank.
and that she would just happen to get a lot of TikTok views from it. She just knew that this was going to go viral. The old lady who died next door, God knows
People
when.
would think this is hilarious.
But before we continue, we really quickly want to thank today's second sponsor, and that's Honeylove.
You guys probably remember Honeylove is Jessie's favorite bra brand of all time, and she just lives in those now.
Yeah, I'm wearing it right now, and this is such a great episode for this to happen because in the reference photo, she is wearing a black bra and it's like out. And I was like, perfect. Got one of those.
In addition to bras, they also have shapewear, they have tanks, they have leggings. They got you covered.
And I've said it a million times, but my favorite thing about Honeylove is that it provides the support of a good bra, like any bra should, but it doesn't have the underwire, so nothing's piercing into you, nothing is stabbing you throughout the day.
Doesn't feel like you're in the 1800s.
No, the days of just getting home and ripping my bra off because I was in like physical pain, I had marks all over my underboob, it's over. I'm living a different life now. So if you guys want to treat yourself to the best bras on the market, and in my opinion, the planet, you can head over to our exclusive link to get 20% off, and that's over at honeylove.com/GWKT.
That's honeylove.com/GWKT. And after they purchase, they're going to ask you how you heard about them, and you're going to say the girlie sent you.
And thank you so much to Honeylove for being an amazing sponsor of this podcast.
Because the cop told me she also had no family, so she has no one better to haunt. If I was her,
Wait a second, hold on. Let me go back to that. What did she do?
yes, we had no family, because the cop told me she also had no family, so she has no one better to haunt. If I was her,
So apparently this old lady had no family, so that means that automatically she
First
would
of all,
default
you
to
have
haunting the next door
not
neighbor.
even done the research into that lady. Maybe he meant like no family alive. Like, everybody has a family. You were born somehow. She interacted with human beings. She's got people to hunt, okay? Don't fucking do
Or
that to her.
perhaps friends?
Yeah, I would hunt some friends. Like, she's probably busy.
The whole thing is just like, why are you talking about? Like,
I
stop.
would haunt me. That would be fun. So anyways, yes, we will get this rug out.
I
I
don't-
swear to you, I promise we will. Secondly,
The notion
Are we now
that ghosts,
thinking-
if they do exist, the notion that they're just like out here to like fuck with people for fun. I'm like, what? Isn't the whole idea behind ghosts is like they have unfinished business or something? I don't think the unfinished business would be to fuck with your laptop.
People didn't even, because this has 200,000 likes and I'm sure it has millions of views. People didn't even catch an icky vibe. Interesting. People were just
They just want to
eating it
know
up.
what's in the rug because everyone is desensitized. That's we had this whole conversation about true crime content in general, desensitizing people. And this, I feel like, is a perfect example of like a byproduct of that.
Yeah, listening to someone speak about someone who's passed that way and just be like, she probably wanted to just fuck up my day and have a blast. I'm all, she's dead, bitch. Like, what the fuck? That's so messed up.
potentially, if the rug happens to not have a dead body, fingers fucking crossed, is it the neighbor? Is it my dead neighbor that died the day I moved into this house, mind you? Dead neighbor dies the day I move into this house. The day they're boarding up her house, my computer gets shattered. And she has no family. She has no one better to haunt. So I don't know. What are we thinking?
Repeats it.
She was a lonely bitch. She had nobody. Like, girl, we get it. My God, she's so rude. Now, apparently, this word is hard for me to say. Realtor? No, I guess that's not hard for me to say.
Realtor.
Period. This is her realtor reaching out to the previous owners, which is like, I guess, okay. I mean, that kind of makes sense.
Well, because a lot of people were saying it could be a pet, so it's like, ask them if they just buried the rug. But again, I don't feel like you usually hear about people burying pets in like rugs. You put them in like a bag or a box.
It also is really interesting to me, and this is just, maybe you guys love this whole saga and find it harmless enough. I'm not even saying that it's like a harmful thing necessarily she did. I think that the way she handled it is troubling to me, because when things do involve, like, I remember these people, they were like young too. They found like a suitcase on the river. Do you remember? Or like the ocean, and it had
The Randonautica one?
and it had a dead body in it. But like things like this can happen to people, and it can so happen to be documented on social media. So I do think that setting this kind of precedent of making it such a spectacle, and like my biggest thing and that I'm noting from her is very much wanting to appease to the audience. I mean, like, this is for you guys. Like, people are commenting, this is our yard now. This is what we're figuring it out. No, it's not. Like, if it is a dead body, that's incredibly sad.
If there's something you actually think is serious, then you should call the police, and you should just like...
And even if she had made a TikTok hastily in the beginning, like, holy shit, I think I'm haunted and I found this rug and what the fuck, it would have been very simple to be like, hey, you guys are super invested. That's great. I need to figure out what's going on. This may involve a dead body. Like
it's something serious. It's not just like a joke.
If you figure out that
like
there's something
kikiing
serious
about.
or there's an inkling to the point that you need to call the police, maybe put the phone down for a second, gather yourself, and then come back with an update. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to do this.
It's the documenting it so much in real time for me.
Literally same. That is what, just like, it was a thing that went off in my brain that I was like, oh, ew, I don't like that.
Yeah. Like, I couldn't, even if I'm getting like a package or something, I like can't film it.
Literally, someone commented, Katie, it's been 4 hours, in all caps, and this is her responding to that.
It's definitely like, she wasn't doing it unprovoked. Like, she was definitely, they were egging it on, but like, she was giving it to them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Happily.
Guys, I was trying to wait until I had the actual answer, because I keep getting messages of, she's dragging this out. She's doing this for Clout. Shut the fuck up.
No.
No, I'm not. I just don't know yet. Here is what I've got so far. The realtor has talked to the daughter. The daughter does not know what the rug is. She also asked her about dead dogs and cats and hamsters.
Yeah, the hamster you
And she
bury
said
in a
they
rug.
had many dogs, and they were all cremated. So she does not think there is a buried dog. So what is going to happen next, you impatient little bitches? She's going to drive her ass to the nursing home where her 90 and 95-year-old mother and father live, and berate them for the answers for us. She's going to see what they know, and if they know what is in the rug and why the rug is there.
Leave them alone.
I think the real
If you don't let those elderly angels rest in motherfucking peace, I'm going to lose it. That is insane to me. Like, what the fuck? Can you imagine, first of all, 90, 95, so old, you're like ready to go. My grandma, she was 85. She was like, take me out of here.
What's in the yard?
Yeah. Someone shows up, you're like literally in bed, just so fucking exhausted with the long life you've lived. And these bitches are trying to figure this out for TikTok. I would lose. I would throw punches. I know they wouldn't go very far at that age, but I would fucking throw them.
Oh my God. I have to take it
Are
off.
you
I'm
doing
sorry.
it? You're shedding? No.
Oh,
You weakling.
it was rough. I'm sorry.
This has been like little green strands in my face the whole time, but I will not take it off. I will not. Don't worry, guys. I will stick this one out.
She'll be a warrior for you, and I will not.
I just can't fucking understand how with a straight face she said that they're gonna go. Like, I know she's joking, right? Like, they're gonna go berate them for us, but I don't find it
but
funny.
she is, but she's also, it's like, well, I mean, she's gonna ask them, but still.
Yeah, I would have absolutely been like, oh my God, no, like, leave them alone. That's totally fine. And also, imagine being sent to a nursing home, because you know that's usually like the family will take
like, not their
decisions in
choice.
that. Yeah, like, it's usually not their choice. Sometimes it might be, but a lot of times older people will want to live with their families. I know, like, my mom and dad want to live with me or one of the kids, like, when that time comes. That's most people's choice. It could have been their choice. I'm just saying, imagine being shipped off to a nursing home.
And then having them come back.
Your
They're like,
bitch ass
"My
kids
hands."
show up for a TikTok, and I'm like, oh, it's too much. Anyway,
I think the real estate agent that I was talking to is also highly invested at this point. But at the end of the day, the daughter's got a job to do. And so she can't go to the nursing home until tonight. So I'm sorry. I thought
Don't go to sleep at 7.
I thought the daughter was going to be like, oh yeah, for sure. We buried our dog, Harold, under that tree. Case closed. Dunzo. But that's not what happened. We have to wait for her to go see mom and dad at the nursing home and hope that their dementia.
oh my God, holy shit. Oh my, I'm actually
I
gonna
hadn't seen all
fucking
of
lose
it.
my mind right now. And people just commenting, you think they'll tell the truth? You're still gonna have to dig it up. When I worked in a nursing home, we had an old man confess to a murder that happened many, many years ago. They're old. They're dying.
she comments
They
back,
don't know.
You never know.
Oh my God, she is okay, you're on my shit list now, lady. It started off, you were just a little Clout Goblin. I can smell it. Now you're starting to piss me off. You hope the dementia didn't wipe away their memory of the rug? You are a witch. Like, what the fuck?
It's not that that couldn't happen, is that like there could be a body in this rug, but if there was, this is how you're treating it?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The precedent that she set for situations like this, even though her situation is such a flop, anticlimactic, sorry to spoil it, just flop of the century, it's still such a bad way to set the stage for a situation like this, because now people think that they could come and at the very least, even if money isn't involved, because not everybody's a part of like the creator fund, and we'll get into money in a second, but like even just the views, people find that like it's literally a drug for people. They find that very profitable, and I don't know, they love that
it's
shit.
crazy to me from that perspective, because I'm like, I would never want people to all be coming and viewing my stuff for such a specific reason that is definitely not like a sustainable thing. Then what?
Then you're done. Then you want to go back to pregnancy and all that TTC. Nobody's going to want to see it. Everyone's going to be like, more haunted content. Go to a haunted place now. Be like Elton Castay and just like fucking go and stay in a fucking Queen Elizabeth strip. Like, they're going to push you to be this niche forever, and that's your own fault. But also, my grandma had dementia, and this just like literally just pissed me the fuck off. Like, you're an evil. You hope the dementia didn't the dementia wiped away their fucking memory of everybody they've ever loved. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bitch? Fuck your rug. Like, oof, she is making me mad.
It's gross.
Anyway, sorry guys, kind of a little heated. Oompa Loompa's angry.
Memory of the rug. And for the love of God, those of you saying I'm doing this for clout,
What was,
am I like,
what is that?
Oh, that was a hard watch. Tough watch, girly pop.
What was
okay,
it?
I think what that was, and I could be wrong, is like, you know, the Secret Life of Mormon, whatever, the Whitney girl from the Secret Life of Mormons that she danced when her son had
Mom Pop.
RSV.
Oh.
I think that went like re-viral, and like dancing when something's like tragic is seen as a very Clout
I don't know
move.
if she even thought that much through that one. I think it was just like,
maybe
she's
not.
like, look I'm not attention seeking or something. But it's like,
Well, first of all,
yeah, you are though.
I can smell Clout Goblin from 1,000 miles away.
Clout Goblins don't all look the same.
No.
Katie.
It's very nuanced, okay? But I have a very good radar,
We can
and
sniff
you,
it
my
out.
dear, are a goblin if I've ever seen one. You are munching on all this attention, gobbling it right up. I mean, my gosh. If you really get down to what a Clout Goblin is, it's someone with an insatiable attention kink or something. Like, they
Yeah,
just
and it doesn't
need
matter what the attention is, good, bad, or for some. They're willing to exploit other people for that attention.
They just want it. And there really isn't even a whole lot of rhyme or reason. It's not always the same motive. It's not always money.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not always valuable. It's just like the attention. They're like,
Yeah, they snort it right on up. Now we get into the live stream era, because she starts planning a live stream and invited some friends over to help her dig the hole. It says here she got a call from the police right before the live was supposed to start, and they decided they wanted to come back with cadaver dogs to see if they alerted to any human remains.
And so at some point before that, though, the police told her, like, basically they weren't going to put the resources into it, that they didn't want to look any further. And she was kind of like, oh, okay, so that's why she was going to dig it up more. But then something changed, and they called and they were like, actually, we're going to send the cadaver dogs. And I think it was like that, honestly, other people like found out about it at the police station, probably from TikTok.
Probably.
And
Wanted
like
to be
got
involved.
invested personally.
Yeah, but this was her planning the live stream.
guys, I went from hard labor to hard liquor, because I will now be the cheerleader for the dig, brought to you by HDL Construction in Hilliard, Ohio. Obviously, we will stream this live, and then there will be a final reveal video posted, and so tune in if your heart desires. 4:30 EST. That is when the crew will be here. That is when we will start digging. I was actually just out at the hole because People Magazine needed some pictures. And like,
Oh my god.
I truly can't tell which direction it goes.
She's not even hiding it. She's like, People Magazine needed some pictures. Like,
Well, that's the thing. I'm like, she's like, I wouldn't do this for clout. I'm like, then what are you doing this for?
it just seems like she's investing a lot into it. And this is before the police got involved.
I think that's
and
all.
in the digging.
She's bored.
So it's like her being like so excited that they're coming to dig it up and, oh, we're all going to be a part of it. Like, she seems pumped. Okay, I get being interested. I do. It's a human emotion. I understand that. But this is more than that. She's like super fucking, but she's like
It's that
dancing
she's
out of her
been
skin.
bored and maybe a little stagnant, doesn't have much going on, and then this happens and she's like, oh my god, this is so fun and exciting. And it's like, But can we take a step back and realize what it might be?
Yeah.
Because that's not fun.
No, I think she thinks it is fun. I'm thinking she thinks it's the old lady next door that died. She hopes she's like rolled up in a rug there. Like she's like thrilled by this.
It's all just a prank.
I'm so curious. I'm so curious. I appreciate all of your lack of fucking patience throughout this process. It's been fun. And if the rug, fingers crossed, is bodiless, I still want to know who
Fingers
is haunting
crossed,
me
really?
and broke my computer and threw my desk around in the middle of the night.
So she's
No, you
tying
don't
it back in till already, and she keeps, and I know the energy, guys. I can't explain it other than I know what's going on here. She's basically like, oh, I hope there's not a body, and like fingers crossed there's not. I don't think that's true. Number one, I don't think that's true.
Oh, I know it's not true
Not
because
true.
I have the recording of her finding out, spoiler alert, that there is no body. And her face
Just
drops.
devastated?
It's like, that was my golden goose.
Like literally, like this to me is just strikes me as someone who's trying to prepare her audience to pivot in case that she disappoints them. And it's just so fucking weird that this is all surrounding a potential true crime case that isn't a true crime case, but it could have been. And that makes this all more nasty. And I mean, just judging by how she talks about actual dead people.
Her theory isn't even that she thinks it's a true crime case because apparently she thinks there's nothing in the rug and that it's just the haunted lady next door.
Yeah, but she wanted to make sure to do that tie around. Like, oh, don't worry, stick around.
No,
because
she wants
that's
to cover up all of her.
Someone
cover all
broke
of
my
her bases.
computer. I'm like, girl, it was probably your husband and he just didn't tell you. Like, what do you want?
She probably dropped it.
But the craziest part was the nipple butter, moving shelves. That was just fucking
killed
wild.
me. I was like, that's what got you? Like, what?
So personally for me, even once this rug is out, my journey is not done. I'm actually thinking I'm going to have like a median or something come over here.
That's really ironic. The caption had it say comedian, but she was saying medium.
A medium, yeah. So even if there's not a body in the rug, now because you're haunted,
Well, then, because if there's not a body, remember, that must mean it's the lady next door. So that's why she needs a medium.
and she's only doing any of that because she's self-diagnosed haunted. Like she literally has just said, that is what's happening. No matter what, if there's a body or not, I am haunted.
No other explanations. Can be
None.
like maybe her stepson came down and accidentally knocked the computer over, or maybe someone broke it. I don't know.
She definitely lives in a different house than I did growing up. If some shit got broken overnight, it was always me or my brother. It was literally just like, what did you guys do and not fucking tell me? Her automatic is it must have been the fucking dead lady from next door. Wish I would have grown up in your house, girl.
I've enjoyed going on it with you. Some of you will leave me afterwards, and that's fine. You can write off the rest of you. I'm excited for what's ahead. I've got a lot of cool ideas.
I bet you do.
This all just happened to me. And you all decided to hop
I-
on in
these
and
sound
take the
effects
ride
are
with
killing
me.
me.
But it comes to a close at 4:30 EST.
Look at this. If we're local, can we set up our folding chairs in person? No.
I hate people.
I'm staying to see who's haunting you. The ghost of Monty Lopez is haunting her, and that's why she needs Clout. Seriously, I was about to book a flight back home to Ohio and dig the carpet up myself. See you at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. She got people hooked, and honestly, I'm not saying that I'm some sort of psychic or something, but I really do believe now that I'm seeing everything, I'm like, oh, this is why I wasn't interested in it. Like, even the little bit that I saw, I was like, no thanks. She just repels me.
Frankly, I'm too impatient for something like this that I wouldn't want the like teases along the way. I'd be like, just tell me
Wait
what
till
happens
the
when
end.
you figure it out. It's like watching a TV show in real time. Can't do it.
Okay, this is a TikTok she posts when the detectives arrived.
Oh, with the
The
cadaver
detectives
dogs.
are here. They've arrived. Some of them are in suits. They've got bags, backpacks, equipment. They're here.
And she films
they
them
say
getting out of their
Yeah, I was gonna say, did they say that was okay?
She definitely filmed their back and them like 100 feet away. But okay, they're there. Now we get to her recap of the live, and this is going to show some footage.
This is, I guess, after the dogs came and they did both hit, as it's called, and they like both dogs individually sat down next to this hole.
That was what made this
Intriguing.
really blow up. I think it had blown up before, but when the dogs both sat down separately and they are trained to find human remains, that was when everyone was like, oh shit, I knew it. There's a dead body.
And I actually also saw a TikTok, we don't need to watch it, but it was a girl who was talking about scent training dogs and stuff, and like how powerful their noses are, and like how they can smell so much more than humans and what they can detect. And it's like, even if it's a drop of blood or something. But interesting thing she did point out was that apparently they can differentiate between human and animal blood.
Okay, because when I first heard that, I was like, okay, so it's definitely someone's pet, but could have easily been.
But apparently that's not the case. Okay. So it could have been someone, and the police very much reference continuously about, like, it could have been someone got a nosebleed. And it's like,
yeah. So this is her after that happens and kind of recapping, and we're going to see some of that footage. But one thing that I saw a lot in comments, because I didn't see it live, was people saying, oh my God, did you see how bad she was shaking when they both sat? And she like ended the live as soon as the second dog sat, because she was just like so appalled and anxious and stuff. And I'm curious to know if that's true, because her vibe of everything else has been like woohoo. So I'm just like,
yeah, no, I feel like she's shaking because she's excited.
But they say she ended it after the second one. So then people started even getting suspicious of her, like on my local Facebook group, like, why did she end it? Like, did she get nervous when she found out it was like real? But I don't know. People were starting to think she was some sort of murderer. It was very bizarre. I want to hear what she has to say about it.
Okay. So I'm sitting outside with my friends who were actually the ones that were here for the dig party and trying to like decompress from everything that's happened. My anxiety is so high, and I cried on TikTok Live with 100,000 people. And I'm going to insert here the video of the dogs marking. It was already on live, and that's why I'm basically going to share everything that is already out there in the world. And then anything that happened essentially after the police told me to turn off the camera,
the police told her,
will remain in the hands of the law. They will be here tomorrow to dig.
I think the reason she's nervous now is not from like there being a potential dead body. It's that like the police are being like, hey,
stop filming. Yeah, because the truth is that if this was someone who had been buried here, then that would be an investigation, and you have let essentially the entire world know that they know where the body is, and that could easily fuck up an entire investigation. The person who put it there, this is all theoretical, there is no body, but like the person who put it there would know to run and would know what evidence you have, and all of that's fucking stupid, and that's why
she's been very much oversharing the entire process, and they're probably like, what have you told them?
Exactly. Yeah, at first it was like, oh, okay, it's just a rug, no big deal. Then the dogs hit. It was like, bitch, turn it off.
I think that now she was just kind of like, oh fuck, like
definitely, yeah.
What did I like? She was probably going even through her head, like, what have I said? Should I not have said that? And like,
I think
how many
that
people
you
watched?
can. I mean, again, theoretically, because this is not an actual investigation, but I do believe that you can get charged if you fuck up shit like that with interfering with an investigation. Yeah, tampering. I think so. I could be making that up, but. Okay, that's dog number 1. Sits right next to the hole. And then this is the second dog, same exact spot. They hit.
I just had a thought.
What is it?
What if?
Oh God,
they
she
like pricked her fingers.
I was about to say pricked her finger like Little Shop of Horrors and just like squeezed it everywhere. No, but I think that they're specifically, it's not blood. I think they are like dead body dogs.
It is.
Oh, it's
no,
blood?
the police say blood.
No.
Because that's what they keep referencing, a nosebleed.
Oh my God. Oh, that's what she did, allegedly. But absolutely.
They Googled it before they found out cadaver dogs were coming. Like, what do they smell for?
Shut the
I'm not really saying that happened, but I wouldn't doubt it.
But like, no, because imagine then they see her blood, let's say, or maybe she just put one drop.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but that's the thing, is the biggest thing about cadaver dogs is like they can smell a drop of blood when it's underground. So it's like, it's in dirt, you wouldn't be able to see it.
That would be a level of Clout Goblinery that CCR would quake at. Like, that is seriously just another world. I would be so shocked.
Like, I'm not accusing her of doing that.
But we're just exploring, just like she explored
I'm just
several
exploring the
theories.
options. She's a big theory girl.
Yeah,
so.
we're just looking into it.
Oh my God.
Such a good boy.
Oh my God.
Here's your good boy.
So that is the dogs hitting, both dogs hitting on the hole. And basically from there, everything went to fucking shit. I was terrified, losing my mind. I started to cry. I asked the cops if I need a lawyer. They are very aware that I'm the one who called, and they have no concerns that it was me. So if there's anyone sitting here thinking, I did this, I certainly did not.
Did what?
And tomorrow, crime scene investigators will be here digging. And They said that there's still a chance that this rug just could have blood on it. It doesn't necessarily mean there is a body in my backyard. This could be someone got a bloody nose. It could be anything. So, but this is where we're at. I'm still in shock. And yeah, this is where
I
we're
can't
at.
with the top comment.
Someone commented, get yourself a lawyer, not just for the property, but moving forward, if this expands into some Netflix show, how it would impact you. Girl, this is not going to be no damn
good idea.
This is not going to be a fucking Netflix show. Lawyer up ASAP. Word of advice, the cops are on your side until they're not. I'm kind of giddy at this, like, reaction. This is so crazy.
I'm always skeptical about ghost stories, but the fact this all started because someone disturbed her work desk, I've never seen more than likely actual proof of a ghost or spirit before now.
You see, it was the nipple butter that sold her.
You just saw... You just saw a broken computer and she just told you.
Oh my
What
God.
do you mean proof?
The spirit chose you to bring them and their family closure.
I can't. This is
There is no
fucking-
spirit. There is no family. Like, I am just completely in shambles right now.
Don't be rude. It's the neighbor who just wants to play a prank. She's just having some fun, Jesse.
No offense to any of you guys, because I know, okay, and you guys could step forward. This is not a safe space, but you can step forward. I know some of you believed this, and that's okay. And I think that it's natural to be curious.
It's not that I don't believe it. I think she just took advantage of it. I mean, I don't really believe it, but I'm not saying that that's the crazy part is like...
Well, like, even from the get-go, like the beginning, the ghost thing, the shattered
It's
computer.
wild to see comments about how this is the best proof of ghosts you've ever seen
I'm
when you
like,
literally have not seen anything
sorry,
other than
have
what
you-
she just told you.
Have you not seen Demi Lovato singing to a ghost? I beg to differ, girly.
Maybe if you sing a song as an offering, we could come back in the room.
Oh, yeah. You can break everything I am, like I'm made of glass, like a skyscraper.
There you go. Standing ovation.
I think that's the okay for us to come in, yes?
That's the coolest standing ovation I've ever had.
I just don't know how people got this invested. Believing it from afar or tuning in, sure, I get it. I got brought up to me
I
by
was
multiple
intrigued.
people. But this level of, like, come on,
Best
Netflix
proof
show?
of a ghost is... that's crazy.
It just, all of this, I'm just like, oh, okay. It just, I don't know, kind of gives me the ick, the whole situation. Anyway, CSI, which is Crime
Scene Investigation.
Yes, of course. Came out the next day.
Okay, so
Is there a leaf in her hair?
there's a tent set up and there's
Is that a leaf in her hair? Is it from the blood good tree?
Wait, where? I don't see a leaf in her hair.
on the right up top.
Oh, right there?
Yeah.
Not her planting the blood good leaf. She said, wait a
From
second,
the
I've got an
blood good
idea.
tree, the ghost put it
We're
there.
losing the people. We need to do something drastic. Get the tree.
so everybody's here. There's
You
a
don't
tent
see
set
it?
up and
Yeah, I
there's
see it. I see it. I see it.
9
No, can she not?
police
Oh,
officers
I don't think she could see
and
it.
CSI in the backyard. I'll show you, they've blocked how far I'm allowed to even go, and they're bringing equipment in now. So they put this up outside so that I cannot get
The barricade, yes.
any further. They've got a tent and
I love that they had to put something there. I'm like, you couldn't have just listened.
They blocked her off with a child's trampoline. They said, bitch, we really need you to stay the fuck away. And I don't know
We
how
are
else to
marking
tell you
this
that.
line.
This wig is just literally falling apart. If you see my wig cap and anybody screenshots that, I will lose my ever-loving fucking... Like, it literally... Okay. I mean, when I saw it, again, I saw it from very, very far. I knew none of the lore, nothing. But when I heard that the 2 dogs hit, I was like, oh shit, there's a dead body in there. So I do understand why that's a big deal. And I understand why they took it seriously from that point on.
so homicide is here and missing persons, and now CSI is bringing the shovels out.
Also, I feel like they were all just bored in Ohio and they're like, oh, Bill, want to come out to the site?
Dude, stop. No, when I called the cops on my cleaning lady, remember Marta la pobre? It's a very traumatizing story. But when I did that by accident, of course, I would never have actually called it. She just came earlier than expected. It's a long story anyway. But when that happened, it was like 5 or 6 cop cars, and I was like, guys, okay, really, like nobody had anything to do.
That's
like,
the thing. It's like they're
rally.
bored. They all want to go. Yeah.
That is a thing.
We can't go any further from than
She's
here.
like, she keeps showing the barricade of the
They
lawn
said the
chair and
trampoline is
trampoline.
the line. Not like, don't come off of the porch, maybe. Or like, literally, there's so many markers that could have been like, don't come any further. Don't come outside.
and I can see
She's like, but I have
news
Zoom.
camera set up over there.
Riveting
And,
content
like,
she was
and
delivering.
again, then it just like cliffhanger.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, so I tuned in because that was like happened to be when I was catching up on everything. It wasn't even like I had like tuned in for the live. She just was live when I was watching everything.
Right.
But nothing was really happening. So I just kind of like set it down, but I was like, I might need this later. So I started recording. And after about like 15 minutes, luckily for me, I had good timing. That was when the cop came to give her the news.
Just to let you know, we found nothing to indicate any kind of body, human remains, anything.
That is the best news I could have ever heard.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So
Not the
we got the rug out there. It's gone.
Okay.
We tried to put
I'm
everything.
like, is it though? Because you kind of seem not that thrilled.
That's the best news I've ever gotten.
Look at her face this whole time afterwards. Like, tell me she's not about to cry and not like tears
Mind
of
you,
relief.
162,000 people watching this live, but she's also subbed by 283 people. I think the minimum you can set for your subs on TikTok is $1.99. So you can do the math on that. And people are gifting constantly. So, yeah.
Back the best way we could for you. You might want to check on the fence. I don't want you to let your dogs out.
Yeah.
Just make sure all that is how you guys want it. Don't assume it went in there the way you wanted it. So,
Devastated.
do you have any questions for us? He's going to finish up with you here on the search warrant part.
Okay.
Do you have any questions for us before we leave?
I guess my main question is, why did both dogs sit in that spot?
So we don't do the dogs. So
Okay.
It's not the Columbus Police Department.
Okay.
So that's something expertise wise. They have, training and skills, whatever. Their search.
Sorry, someone had put a comment that says, dogs can sense paranormal stuff too, girly. That's not what they're trained for, girl. Like, what the advice?
Different dogs, ma'am.
Paranormal dogs, different department. Like, what are you talking about?
Like I think I told you this earlier. If somebody years ago had a nosebleed that went on that carpet,
That's so crazy.
They
Like,
get
2 nights ago. Who's counting?
that
So-
could have been it. Who knows?
Did the carpet go with you?
Yeah,
I assume.
the carpet is going with us.
That is something that I think is interesting that a lot of people have kind of theorized. I don't think this is the case because they put out statements to a bunch of outlets that said they're not doing any further investigating, which is interesting because she also says that they are going to do testing on it and that's why they took it. I was a little like, well, why would they take it if there was nothing on it?
So I don't know how much on the field testing can be done, but I do know that there's more intricate testing. Like maybe because the dog sat, it was enough for them to take it into evidence. And like they're not destroying the rug. So if it's going with them, it's going to stay somewhere where, like, let's say 10 years down the line, somebody's like, oh shit, this could be connected. Then they really in-depth
Even though
test
there's
it.
nothing to suggest foul play on the
So
rug.
there's nothing to like suggest foul play that I mean, not me being a conspiracy theorist about this rug, but like in theory, I would think that they want to keep it. I don't know, just in case there is further testing. Because you know how like DNA testing has evolved over the last decade, 2 decades, etc.
Yeah, I guess
Maybe
it's
they
just like
keep
if
things
there's
like
no,
this.
what crime would the rug be linked to if there wasn't?
The old lady hunting next door. I don't know.
Maybe it's like a
Memorabilia.
policy of theirs that it's like if like,
Maybe.
it's technically still
Maybe they
evidence
just want
for
to put
something
it in
that
the
they
office.
like have to.
Like they unroll
But-
it, give it a little shampoo, give it some.
I don't know.
new life.
I do think it's weird because I feel like otherwise wouldn't it be like, well, it was on my property, it's mine.
I mean, yeah, but I wouldn't fight to keep it, to be honest.
Before we go any further, we have a word from our sponsor, Ollie.
You don't have to be a veterinary nutritionist to know that feeding your dog real whole foods with minimal processing is one of the best choices that you can make for their health. And that's where Ollie comes in.
You guys, we started giving our dogs Ollie, and I feel like
Fiends.
Max is mad that I didn't give it to him sooner. Max used to kind of free feed throughout the day, and now it's like, no. At
Gulp it
lunchtime,
down.
he's like, Mom, give it to me.
And Ollie has no harmful fillers, no preservatives. It's made in U.S. kitchens with ingredients carefully sourced. And honestly, honestly, the quality is top notch.
And it comes with this cute little lunchbox that you store it in, because I know that's kind of an issue with a lot of the like healthy dog foods, is that they come in these packs, but then it's like you don't feed it
You're
all
like
at once.
squeezing it
so
out
then,
like toothpaste.
Exactly. And this is great.
And the way it works is you're going to fill out a 30-second quiz. You're going to tell them your dog's weight, activity level, other health info, and then they will recommend a system for you. And that first starter box is going to provide you with 2 weeks worth of meals, and it's going to guide you how to gradually transition from their old food to this food. Super helpful. And honestly, I cannot say enough good things. My dog loves it. He has had zero issues stomach-wise with it. He's taken it super well, and I'm just so happy. And right now, Ollie is offering an amazing deal to let your dog taste test a personalized meal plan. And to get that, you can head over to ollie.com, tell them about your dog, and use code DWKT, which will give you 60% off your first box of meals when you subscribe today.
That's ollie.com, OLLIE.com, and enter the code DWKT to get 60% off your first box.
They offer a clean bowl guarantee on their first box, so if you're not completely satisfied, you can get your money back. And thank you so much to Ollie for being an amazing sponsor of this podcast and our dog's bellies.
There's also been, I guess, a neighbor or something that like spoke out. Here, I screenshotted the comment. I haven't seen the actual video, but there's a neighbor claiming that they saw that there was stuff that they took out.
No, I'm just kidding. No, you know what I'm just remembering right now, some people theorized was that a lot of times when people are doing construction, because the overarching question was, why the fuck is there a rug buried so strategically?
Oh, he says that in this video.
Oh, in this video?
Do you want, here, I'll just keep playing it.
Okay.
But there's nothing to indicate any foul play or anything.
Okay.
So,
Yep. And I know everybody else has got your information except me. Can you give me your first name?
Katie.
And I just want to make
legal first name.
Catherine.
Okay. Can I just write it so I don't say it?
Yep.
Okay.
You don't want to put it out all over the record.
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Document
Nice adventure.
and phone number. And I'll have everything else.
Okay.
We tried to put it back as
No, you really
closely
did. I truly like.
as
we didn't
could.
want to tear your stuff.
I appreciate the effort
That's why we
to.
asked you
Thanks
about
for the
the
adventure.
Oh my god! Thank you so much.
Did you say thanks
And,
for the adventure?
You'll see it in a sec. They gave her like a little medal.
Oh, they really were bored. They said, girl, we have been bored for weeks, and finally you gave us
Here's
something.
your participation trophy.
Of the search warrant.
Okay.
Not the bear coming up behind you.
I will send you a document detailing that we took carpet from the hole.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Was it a lot of carpet?
No,
Really?
no. It looked like it just seemed like every
Yeah, I
time
feel
we
like they were digging forever.
Yeah, well,
Before
we
this job, I built houses, and I can tell you, I don't know what was here before they built this development in the 60s. But a lot of times, like if they tore down farmhouses or barns or anything, they didn't just haul everything out. They would just
Bury
break it
it.
up and bury it.
I found fence
So-
posts and barbed wire in my backyard.
Yeah.
They will. It's common when they build a house, they don't want to pay to get rid of all the stuff. They throw.
But a carpet is weird.
So he's saying when they build a house, they just throw all of the material in the ground and bury over it, or like,
I
start
guess.
again.
Yeah. And he's like, they found barbed wire and fence posts. I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense to me.
I mean, what made more sense in my head was just maybe it was an outdoor carpet that just got nasty and it was rolled up, and then they did some sort of project and it just ended up there. Like, it didn't seem super intentional. I don't know. Like, I think of, like, for instance, like I have a hammock, like a standing hammock, and the cover got really gross, and so we like took off the fabric of the hammock, and it's kind of just been thrown in the corner of my yard for a very, very, very long time, and it's getting rained on and all gross.
But how long would it have to be there to then end up over 2 feet
Under
below?
a blood tree? I don't know.
Under the blood tree.
If it wasn't anything and the dog's hitting and like all of that meant nothing, then I guess I just don't care to think too much into it. Where I'm
Yeah,
just like,
I guess
okay,
you don't
well,
need to go too deep into it, I guess. But I did think that was a little odd that they took it and that they were both kind of very like, oh, well, I mean, people just bury stuff. And I'm like, do they though?
Yeah, I don't know how it works in Ohio, I must admit.
Yeah, but that's basically it.
Put in the hole around the house and fill it in.
Yeah.
And so it could have been any of that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But,
The elephant.
She's getting
Those
so many
dogs
gifts.
really
It's
tricked
insane.
us. They got the entire world thinking that.
Yeah.
Ooh, and me. I thought I was like, I'm gonna have to move. This is scary.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna have to move. Girl, you would have opened a fucking museum.
She would have made it like, a spectacle, honestly. If that was a dead body, she would have been doing backflips.
To me, she seems like, even look at her, like she's like, fuck, what am I gonna do now?
Yeah, I do. I mean, also maybe, oh my God. at this point. It was 193,000, and I just said it was 162,000 a second ago. It was so many eyes on her. I don't know if she was just nervous, but it does look a little bit like she's disappointed. Maybe we're reading too much into it.
She's panicking because she's gonna let down all of these people, which like I guess valid, but also like maybe you shouldn't have done this.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have brought them along for the ride.
And then she immediately after this starts going directly into like a recap of the whole thing too.
Well, yeah. So right here on this TikTok that I have, it says in her caption, there is no body with a clapping emoji, praying emoji, and the hands up emoji. But I still want to know, who broke my laptop, in all caps? And it's just like, oh,
circling
here we go.
back to the haunting.
Yeah. It was
like,
always
I thought
her
you
plan.
knew. I thought it was the lady next door.
That was always her plan. So this is a conclusion of everything.
You guys, they have recovered the hole, and this has been the most absurd, insane experience of my life. What did they find? No, they didn't find a body. They found a mother effing rug with some rubber. The question remains of why did the dogs hit? I don't know. Both dogs, not just one, two.
Do you?
I don't know. The other question remains is who broke my laptop?
No one cares who broke your laptop,
Like,
girl.
we are so over that saga of your stepson breaking in and not telling you. Like, I'm just so over it. I'm just, girl, give it up.
There's people across the street.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I'm so confused.
Me more.
There's no body. Honestly, let's praise the Lord. There's no body. I can stay in my house. Everyone knows where I live, but at least it's not haunted by that. But who broke my laptop?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
And then she immediately goes into like detective mode back to the laptop. And I'm like, I thought we kind of forgot about the laptop.
Here
though,
she
when
goes. Because we still got the next door neighbor thing.
And she has all these people on live. I mean, this isn't a live, but when I was watching, she immediately went into just like recapping the whole thing. And it was like very much like, and even people were commenting, they're like, she's trying to
like maintain
the
hype.
It's like she's just trying to keep people hooked. People are all commenting going, there's nothing in the rug, because people tuned in and it was like after the cop left. So people are going like, so there was no body? What happened? And everyone's asking. And then people start commenting, bruh, hurry up. She's very much ignoring any of the comments and not saying anything. So they'll keep watching. And then there's like, wow, you're really dragging it out now. And then all the comments are like, rug was empty, guys. Someone else goes, we know the story.
Yep, she just can't stop. And then this is after all of that. So this is after her live. She's coming back on, wanting to hook people. And I mean, this still has 500,000 likes. So she clearly still had people. And it's also notable that if you go to her comments, people are saying, why bury a rug though? That's weirder than there being a body. No, it's not. Like, what? And then she says, you're not wrong, with a crying laughing emoji. Someone said, this saga isn't over. Something happened on that rug.
People commenting going, she's really blaming us. She keeps bringing it back to the laptop. Girl, spit it out. She's dragging this.
Yeah, on live, they're going to be far more candid. And obviously, it's not going to be like the top comments like on her page.
Yeah, no.
So it seems like some people were on to her, her clout ways. But she keeps going.
The laptop. Because we've still got the next door neighbor.
Oh my God.
That died the day I moved in.
No, we don't have her because she's dead. Like, what are you talking about?
So I don't know. It's almost Halloween. Do I need?
Oh my God, not the Halloween.
To come to my house? I don't know. But the mystery of the effing rug is solved, and there is no body. There's no body, and they are doing a fine job at putting my stuff back up. Let me tell you, I appreciate the way that they have recovered. This was the fire pit. That is no more. That is gone. So I will survive that. But holy shit, there's no body. Yay!
Me when I try to pretend everything's okay. That's the Rug Saga, Jesus Christ. But it's not over. It's not done, I'm sorry, because she got herself into quite a pickle when she realized that someone, the ghost of the dead lady from next door, I would say, but it could have been anybody else, someone stole her money.
All of her earnings from these TikTok lives that she's been doing, they had hundreds of thousands of viewers. I don't know what the payout is there, but she was getting thousands of dollars. She claims, like, she basically got a phishing email where it was like, give me your TikTok login info. And she was like, well, it said it was from TikTok, so I filled it out. She claims that someone hacked her account and then like drained it of all the funds.
And she comes to TikTok, of course, and is complaining about it. So we'll give that a watch.
Well, you know you've made it when you get hacked and robbed. I got robbed. Anything I've made from my lives is gone. Should I take this as a compliment? Do I take this as there's criminals who are watching my TikToks?
Why is that a compliment?
We're trying to make light of it. As we know, this is how I handle things. I'm so angry. I'm so fucking angry.
I don't
got
feel like you
robbed.
are, because I don't think that happened.
I'm famous. But actually, if it was you,
So that means they either transferred the money out to her own bank account or PayPal or something and then logged in and hacked that as well.
Right.
Or they connected their bank account, which would then lead you directly to them. And you would be able
I
to...
can't. But of course she answers people who are intrigued by this and elaborates.
Welcome to season 2, episode 1. I thought that the finale from season 1 today was excitement enough, but no. Alas, God had other plans. I got hacked and robbed. I was having a relaxing dinner with my boyfriend, drinking margaritas, eating tacos, and wham! I get an email from TikTok support. I'm like, oh, okay, let me fill out your little form. Immediately, within seconds, your email has changed, your phone number's changed, you're locked out of your account. Everything is happening.
Then how is she posting?
So what do? I text my new TikTok father, Chris Olsen. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, brother. You know, somehow that makes sense. Anyway.
He has been helping me all day today. Truly, he has been a godsend. He has kept me sane. And this man instantly knew what to do. He's like, do this, fix this, change this, 2-step authentication, add this Google Authenticator, blah, blah, blah. Guys, we got it solved after I was robbed, but it shouldn't happen again. But if you are the person that hacked me, this is what I have to say. I don't know who you are.
Oh my God.
And I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I am not fucking rich yet. But what I do have is a unique set of skills. And I will find you.
The speech from Taken.
Don't do it again.
Oh.
Scram.
Then Chris Olsen comments and says, love you, my queen. Chris Olsen has a unique ability to be present in every corner of the internet. How does he do that?
Well, and also, why is it that Chris Olsen doesn't find that weird?
Well, first of all, like you said, there's only a payout by a certain date. So she now is pretending that they took the money, but in reality, they couldn't have taken the money, according to everyone explaining how TikTok works. So they had tried to take her money.
Wouldn't Chris Olsen know that?
Yeah, he probably just helped her get her account back, and now she has all the money to begin with, but she's kind of playing it off like she didn't.
Yeah.
When in reality, she walked away with tens of thousands of dollars from all of this.
Okay, girlies, I have a bit of an update. This whole robbery narrative, a lot of people have been very skeptical, including us, because the notion is that you cannot get paid out from TikTok. Like, it all goes into your TikTok account and it kind of like holds it there, and then it will automatically do a payout on the 15th of every month. So everyone heard this and they were like, girly, it's not the 15th yet. What do you mean? That's not possible. And basically, what I've seen from a lot of people is that everyone thinks she's lying, which honestly, I was on board with that too. But I did look into it a little more, and she does say specifically that it was the live stream revenue. So it was the money she made from her live. Apparently that money does not go into the same place as the money you would be making just from your normal videos, which used to be called the Creator Fund, but now I guess it's called the Creativity Program. So any revenue that you make through the Creativity Program, that goes into one pot. And then the revenue that you make from your live streams and from your gifts, aka like rewards, I guess, that goes into a different pot. And that money apparently is accessible not immediately, I don't think, but like almost immediately, while the Creativity Program revenue, that you need to wait until the 15th. And it also takes a few days to process, I guess, because the ads and views, I don't know. So that, it's a little delayed. The gifts, apparently you can cash out pretty right away. So that, I guess, is what she's saying that was stolen, which, sure, we can believe that now. But she also does remain pretty vague about how much she's making on the other end. Remember the money that went into that different pot? Because she's kind of mocking people, saying like, oh, she made tens of thousands of dollars, and she's saying she didn't. Well, here's the thing. I just went through and added up all of the views since this whole saga began. Guess how many? 338,394,300 views. Roughly. That's a lot of views. And I have a friend who I spoke to that has very close knowledge of the TikTok revenue rates and everything. And as I said, the creator fund, no more. Apparently the creator fund was absolute shit. And it was like maybe a couple cents per 1,000 views. But apparently TikTok has stepped up its game. And the creativity program now, this person that I spoke to said that they average 80 cents to $1.20 per 1,000 views. And also something to note is that for a view to like qualify and count towards revenue, the person has to have watched for more than 5 seconds. But I would say given the nature of her content during all of this, it's pretty likely that a lot of her views counted for qualifying views, because I would say most people probably watch more than 5 seconds. But so for her views, 338 million. 394,300. The low estimate, so if she was getting an RPM, which is revenue per 1,000 views, of 80 cents, that would have earned her over $270,000. And then on the high end, if her RPM was closer to $1.20, $406,000. Now, is it realistic to say all of those views qualified? No. But again, like I said, probably on the higher end based on the type of content it was. So even if we split that in half, high end, that's still over $200,000, and the low end, $135,000. So I don't know why she's downplaying it all so much, unless maybe it just like hadn't updated yet and she didn't realize how much she's gonna get, or if for some reason her RPM is so bad. But like, I don't know how that would really be possible. And then back to that $800. I brought this up a second ago in the episode, but I'm confused how she would permanently have lost that $800, considering you have to link your TikTok account to a PayPal or a bank account to be able to get your money. So like, if someone stole that, that means they had to link their bank account. So then you would have record of, you know, their bank account, and you should be able to trace it back to them. Or alternatively, they paid out to her own bank account, but then hacked that as well, which seems less likely. So I don't know. It would be very difficult for a hacker to successfully transfer out funds without leaving any kind of evidence or any kind of trail that they could have it traced back to them. It feels like it would be easily recoverable, especially with a company like PayPal. Basically, I think she'll probably be able to get that money back, realistically. I feel like it's crazy that she wouldn't be when it's all like electronically documented. Basically, I think she'll get her money back. Even if she didn't, based on these calculations, I would say that probably going to be doing fine, because she's probably going to be making 6 figures on the 338 million views that she's gotten so far. Anyway, thank you for listening. Thought that that was relevant and didn't want to spread misinformation. So, okay, that's all. Bye.
And then it's just so weird because it shows the audience that she cultivated in all of this, because someone commented, you got an empty rug with their name on it. And it's like, so now we're joking about murdering people? Isn't the... In speaking about something like this has really frustrated me. Her dementia comment pissed me the fuck off, and just everything irked me to no end. And I'm sorry if you're someone that was super invested and like really thought she was some wholesome creator, just finding out, I don't know. I don't even know how you could think that, but like, to me, it was just a classic
I have
Clout
seen
Goblin.
people like really like gunning for her, like defending her.
She clearly, we've been doing this for so fucking long, not even just this show, like being on the internet, you know when someone's trying to sell you a story. And she was trying to sell a story, and she was trying to drag it on, and she's trying to capitalize off of it, which is like why she went so quickly into like, but don't leave yet, we're still haunted. Like, this is not a person who did this with like, just like, I don't know, what even would be the good intent here? Like, let's find the ghost, or like connect this family to their loved one. Like, come on.
And also back to the robbery thing, it's like, even if that did happen, like, in what world do you get an email from TikTok and they ask for your login and stuff? Like, in an email? Is this 2001? I don't know. Like, come on.
And, I mean, if you just needed a little bit more proof that our point stands that she is a Clout Goblin, she came out with merch. Now, we don't know if this came out before or after the Cadaver Dogs set.
Oh, no, it came out before, I think.
Before?
Because I was sent it.
Yeah, well, she posted this on her Instagram story, and it says, because we all know why you're here, crying, laughing emoji, link in bio. And talk about rushed merch, am I right? This is just a plain pink shirt, and it is someone's comment that says, "I'm just here for the update, ... Which, like,
going to
in
die.
general, interesting choice of merch. It's someone else's comment. I don't know the logistics of that when you're making money off of it, but it was a public comment.
Janet could probably tell you. I have 2 that I'm going to send you. You're going to die.
Oh, no. Merch pieces?
There's 2 more shirts. Yeah.
Great.
One of them says, "Just keep digging," and it is a skull with a shovel going through it.
No. Okay, well, at least you got a little shifty with the designs. The comment was egregious. I almost... Oh,
and then
my
the next
God.
one says, "Mom stuff and murder." And murder has a bunch of flowers around it.
Mom stuff and murder? Okay, yeah. You know, this is what I was getting. This is what I was picking up. This was the funk I was smelling. It's just so disrespectful, true crime coded, that it's just a little bit too much for my taste, and I can't.
Don't get me wrong. I get wanting to capitalize off a moment where it's going to pass, but it's like, this is like, ew.
A fucking shovel through a skull, and also mom
like,
stuff
this is
and
not the
murder.
thing to
Why would you
capitalize
wear
on.
that in public? Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I don't know.
But anyway, as if that wasn't enough, we discovered her deep dark past, and that was that she used to be a Jonas Brother stan, and stan in every sense of the word. Apparently, she met them. A good amount of times, had a YouTube channel called Katie and Carly.
It's her and her sister, and she's actually talked about how they're going to relaunch it soon.
Shut the fuck up.
After 14 years.
I literally can't. And listen, I had an embarrassing YouTube account when I was younger too, and I used to be obsessed with Miley Cyrus. So maybe this isn't super relevant, but people have taken this and been like, oh, she's like an industry plant. But not so much an industry plant, more just like she's a Clout Goblin. Like she always wanted
I was gonna say an industry plant from who? What?
The Jonas Brothers.
No, but I will say I have insight from people in...
We have sources.
Yes, I have some sources that say that this basically tracks.
Anyway, this is her addressing the rumors about her, so we'll take that look and let's see.
It's always putting something on her
Let's do
face.
skincare and talk about some of the conspiracies about the house, the rug, and me. So when it comes to the rug, I don't think that they've really found
we know
much on the rug, because I would assume, and this is going off of absolutely nothing, I would assume that my house would still be a crime scene, that they would want to do more digging if they had found something there, right? And then there's the conspiracy of what's under the deck. Because I know that there's been a lot of people who have figured out like Google Earth thing, like the deck being built later. And I don't know. What I can tell you is your girl can't afford to dig up her deck.
Why?
The whole...
What about the deck? Like people found building plans? Like well, that's so too much. Do less, people.
Well, the thing is too, is like she's oddly nonchalant about so many people knowing where she lives, to be honest.
Yeah.
The dirt back. The wood, I don't know that I could put it back as easily. My house being haunted, that's a whole other thing, because at the end of the day, my laptop got shattered, my desk thrown around for no reason.
Thrown around.
There's a lot of people saying like, oh, it was one of the kids. Impossible. My son was out of town, and the 2 big kids went to bed after we did. They have their own computers. They don't need to go play with mine. Wasn't one of the kids. And then the conspiracy theories about me. I have seen a few that have said, I'm an industry plant. This was the plot for an upcoming podcast, or...
Huck to a Girl got everybody acting all crazy. People are like,
That's just
everybody's
like
a
such
plant.
an... Like, who do you think is doing this industry planting?
I think it's just more likely that you just love attention. Like, that's really it. I don't think anybody put you there. I think people don't know what industry plant means, too. Because everyone thinks, like, Bobby Altoff or whatever was one, and I'm like, I don't think she is.
No, it's stupid. I don't even want to have that conversation.
Podcast or a scary movie. You think Hollywood was scrolling the girlies with 5,000 followers, and they were like, you, the mom in Columbus, Ohio, that's 34 years old, you are the one. I choose you. No, that's crazy. If I was that cool, are you kidding?
She's like, I would have had followers forever.
Like, come on. People saying that I faked it or I knew this was gonna happen. This is unpredictable. I, in 5 million trillion zillion years, could not have thought that posting about my computer being broken and there's a weird rug buried in my backyard, in what planet could I have predicted that?
That's the thing. It's like, I don't think she was predicting it. I think she was capitalizing on it. And I think the ghost aspect she really just ran with.
Yes. I think that it was all done on the fly, but that it was very much done with the same intention, which was to get as much attention as she could off of it.
This has been the craziest thing that's ever happened to me. And a lot of people, I think, because when I was a teenager, I used to do YouTube.
We thought that before we knew about the Jonas Brothers. True.
And then live in LA for a little bit, and I was a radio DJ. Think that this was like also planned because of something I did from the ages of 16 to 22. I'm now 34. Is it super cool that all of this is now happening? And I have experienced a teeny sliver of this back in the day.
What is
yes.
this? The fact that she's comparing the two
that's
is insane.
That's the first thing that came to my mind. I'm like, okay, so bingo, this equals fame to you. You said it multiple times. I'm famous now, whatever, acting like you're joking, but
She wanted fame back then. She didn't get it, and now this is her second chance. That's why you saw the light go out from behind her eyes when they told her there was no body.
If she wasn't chasing fame, if she wasn't chasing clout, which again, it's not a crime. We're just clocking it. It is what it is. But if she wasn't doing that, then her response here would have been, what happened now and what I used to be are two completely separate things. I intentionally was trying to seek a career back then. This just so happened to be something that happened in my life, and I documented it, and it got really crazy, and I really couldn't have predicted it. She sees this as exactly what she was chasing.
I just said, it was like, she didn't get famous then. Now this is her chance, and she's now bummed that it's not going to play out probably. But look at this next sentence.
Back in the day, yes. My running joke for the last 15 years has been that I peaked at 19.
Because fame
and that my
is
life
peaking.
would never be as cool as it once was. Joke's on me. It got cool again. People saying that I didn't get robbed. I did. Well, it was my own fault. I clicked on an email from TikTok saying, hey, we're going to verify you. I was like,
oh my God,
so
that's
cool.
the one you...
Oh
my God. You're kidding.
She said, you know what?
Girl,
that makes a lot of sense. Like, me getting verified.
You've lived on the internet for how long now? You were a Jonas Brothers stan, but you don't know that, like, come on.
I can't.
Press the button like a dum-dum, like I'm a 75-year-old person who's never used a computer.
Yeah.
And I clickety-clacked my way into being robbed.
I don't believe that either, but...
I will just add in this tidbit. I've seen some videos of people saying that I made an enormous amount of money. Can I tell you? Unless my TikTok account is just hiding thousands of dollars from me, girl, I wish. I made maybe 10% of the number that people are putting out.
I mean, I think she's trying to downplay it. I think that if she really did get hacked, that's crazy, because that email, like, I get that almost every day. And it doesn't look convincing. I think she's being intentionally vague about a lot of this.
That I made. Like, the amount that got stolen from me, you guys think is like that. It was $800. It was $800. But to a, again, normal person.
That is a lie. That has to be a lie.
Because she couldn't only have made $800 total.
Or if she got 800 stolen from her, then she's purposefully hiding what she actually made in comparison. Again, it would be different if we saw the live and like she had all those viewers. Viewers doesn't equal money, but people were gifting her every second of those hours long lives.
But also, like, only $800 of it got stolen.
And again, on before cash out date, like, how does that make
it? No.
$800 is a lot of money. So it's a weird thing. And I just hope that you guys give me a little grace, a little patience. Be nosy. I want you to be nosy. I'm nosy. That's why we're here. That is how this happened, because we're all little nosy bitches.
I'm done with her. I'm
sorry.
sorry.
I don't know if you should encourage people to be nosy.
People know where you live. I think everybody's been nosy enough. That's basically the Rug Saga. Apologies if I was too mean. Sorry. Something about her and the way she handled this, it makes me actually upset. Because, again, nobody in the rug easily could have been. Literally, her neighbor died the day she moved in and is being blamed for something. I was like, that's an old woman that died. That was a woman
who
had
no family, though, so she
doesn't matter. Yeah, who cares? I just find it insensitive. I don't like the way she handled it. I would, oh my God, literally be mortified if she started like a true crime channel.
Oh, well, and then she did also have a psychic on.
Oh my God.
I didn't see the live where she was, I think she was just on the phone, but then the psychic has come out since then and been like, this is what happened, because I guess she hung up on the psychic and was like bashing her.
Oh, on live, right? You told me that.
Yeah, and it was like the psychic said that there was no body, but that the ghost she tried to say was like, and this is like understandable why she would hang up on the lady, because I guess you said earlier she had talked about like her pregnancy before and she had had a miscarriage and talked about that. I guess the psychic said that it was like her miscarried baby or something.
Oh my
something
God.
fucking crazy.
Jesus, that's
so
dark.
Then I watched this psychic ladies and hers is just like her being a clout goblin, and it's just like, oh Oh my God. Can you all stop?
I know that this is irrelevant, but my favorite psychic video of all time is when the news reporter is like, can you tell me where this little girl is? And she's like, oh, she's in water or something like that. And then she's like, this is a picture of me when I was little.
Yeah.
Oh, I love psychics so much. Anyway, that's the Rug Saga.
My butt is numb.
Literally, same. And my head is, my bangs, you for sure saw my wig cap.
We need to end this. But quick, we love the internet?
Absolutely. Okay, do you want POV, trying to justify nosebleed seats, or making my roommate's boyfriend perform an interpretive dance in order to spend the night?
Second one.
Okay. It's quick.
Because that's so something me and my friends would have done in college.
Here we go. And boy, does he perform.
What is those drums he's dancing
I don't know. It got real
God.
crazy.
This will just be a quick one because I saw this after I meant to send it to you. This was reminding me of Michelle the bartender's husband.
Oh, Jason Momoa?
Are you ready?
I am. Caption says, they thought they were good at hiding. Oh my God, stop it.
Wonder where Polly and Chip are. Chip?
Nope, don't see him. His little butt.
Where are you, Chip?
His little butt.
Wait a second.
His little tail. Oh my God, that is so
little
funny.
tail starts wagging. I love it.
That is absolutely Michelle the bartender's husband. I cannot. Well, guys, this wig is going to get yeeted into another dimension in about 2.5 seconds. So I will be leaving you. If you made it to the end, thank you so much. We hope you guys are enjoying the costumes. Next time's going to be a doozy.
Get ready.
But anyway, if you made it to the end, we appreciate you very much and hope you have a wonderful weekend. And as always, we will see you on Monday. Bye.
Yes.